Hello, all of you brave straight razor shavers out there. I wanted to make a video and share some information on the so-called Constroption from Howard at The Perfect Edge. I looked at this for several months, really couldn't find much information out there about it, finally decided to buy it and thought I would share what little information that I can give you in case any of you all are considering the Constroption. So in the description box is a link, and it's to Howard's video where he explains the Constroption, just some high points from that video. It's four-sided stropping device, surface ground for extreme flatness, for perfect flatness, dead flatness, you might say. The first phase of the Constroption is 0.5 diamond. Your second phase of stropping is 0.25 chromox. Your third phase is what's called purple phase, and it's a mixture of blue Belgium, caudicle, a little bit of Shapton, and maybe some other bases in there as well. And the fourth and final phase, according to the video that you find linked in the description box, is what Howard called at the time Zulu phase, but then he was experimenting with Escher phase. Now in the Constroption I ordered, it just came with Escher phase. So it's like Howard decided on that for the fourth phase. So again, not much info. I wanted to share what I can with you. So let's get right to some images. Now I do use and benefit a lot from bright field images, but recently I've been using dark field images more on my Dynolights. That's what these are. Some dark field images at 800 and something times magnification. And this is before stropping. All right, so there's your before image. And I won't comment much here other than just to tell you what these images are, and you can decide for yourself. This is after the phase 1 stropping. That's the 0.5 micron diamond. Moving on to phase 2 stropping, and that is again the 0.25 chromox. This is phase 3, the purple phase, and then moving on here to phase 4, the Escher phase. So there are two issues that Howard's trying to solve primarily, and the first one is that a hanging strop, because of that sway in the strop, it bends the very tip of the flexible bevel back and forth, and over time it breaks off. Obviously not good for long-term edge retention. The second one is, if you hone in stages, why not strop in stages? And so he's given you 4 stages here to work with. Now, in spite of those warnings about not stropping on a flat surface, you may wonder, as I did, okay, if you go through these 4 phases with a Constroption, is there anything left that a hanging strop will give you? So to experiment some, I took the final stage of the Constroption stropping, which is what you see here, and I took that straight razor and put it through 30 passes on a hanging strop. And this is the result. And you can see that I managed to get the same section of the blade, and the lighting's almost identical. And I can detect no difference whatsoever after 30 more passes on a hanging strop. Okay, so that's it for the images. What about the more subjective stuff, the feel, right? Well, I've been using straight razors and sharpening them only for about 15 months or so. And before this, I have some experience sharpening Japanese knives, and so I'm not a complete newbie, but still, in the grand scheme of things, very new to straight razors. So I'll just give you my subjective opinion. The stages that Howard has chosen are very well selected. I've noticed consistency in all of the test images that I've done, particularly from phase 1 to 2. There's always a noticeable improvement going to that 0.5 diamond and then that 0.25 chromox. It's an excellent progression to start that staged stropping. There's noticeable improvement always as well with the purple phase, but then the magic for me is really the Escher phase. And using the fourth phase has made me really want to get an Escher stone and experiment some with the stone itself. But the expense and rarity may preclude that. So for me, the Constroption has smoothed the edge out. I'm getting very sharp edges, frequently with cauticles and black arcs, but I would have to describe them also as a bit aggressive, almost as if the edge is jumping off of that razor to clip those hairs. The Constroption maintains that extreme sharpness, but smooths things out, and this is apparent with the shave as well. The Escher phase also is the refresh phase for me, though I may experiment with this more. So if you like to refresh your razor after a pass or two, another 10 rounds on the Escher phase we'll do that. Also, Howard recommends 10 passes per side. The Escher phase, I think, does well with another 5 or so, just really light strokes, just to give a final polish and finish on that bevel. So again, the progression is very well chosen, and the Escher phase is just magical. So if Howard was debating between Zulu and Escher a couple of years ago when he started making these, I can see why he settled on the Escher phase. So again, for me, I think it's a real improvement to my stropping. I hope those images help you, and if you're considering something like the Constroption, now you have a bit more information. So that's about all for this video. Take care.